Alright, we're back with session. Yeah, doing a little bit more session. It's been a minute since I played this, so I gotta get used to these controls again. Get some more. There we go. And a cobblestone. There's the manual. We're gonna get a nose manual. Oh, and then we fall. Dun, 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 dun. So what if we could take on like some more missions here? Dun, dun, dun. Not that I'm like really interested in like playing through the like all the missions in this game, cause like I'm really like kind of just want to play for fun, but. What else do we have? Skater log, mission log. We have all of these missions here. Manual hopping. Is that what we're tracking now? Yeah. Where does it want me to go? Where is the mission tracker? Is that it right there? I feel like that's wrong. Oh, yeah, it is telling me to go there. Alright. Mission 1 of 4. Find Day 1, talk to Day 1. I don't even know where he is. I don't know where he be. It wants me to get here though. And go to, oh, there we go, Veteran Plaza. I didn't see that. Back to New York. Didn't I do this? Oh no, I didn't do this one. Hanging your truck up when popping between these pads will test that. Okay. What you got? Manual, all these manual pads and pop out of the last one. Oh my gosh. No, there's no way. Oof. How am I gonna do that? I can't even get off the ground here. This is gonna take some practice here. This is gonna take some serious practice. Oh shoot. You need to like hit this with speed. Not like that. Just like that, actually. Yo, thanks, Dev, for the hydration. What are we gonna have? I've been having Pocky lately. Have some more Pocky. What's going on, Dev? The legend is in the house. Pocky. I don't know if I'm gonna beat this game. Which new Prince of Persia game? I mean the one they announced, or? Side scrollers are fun. You don't like it? Why, they have a demo out or something? Oh, pfft. I'm definitely willing to try that one. I'm all for the side scrollers. We'll see how it is. I don't know how it's going to be, but it could be cool. I can't freaking do this right now. Yeah, I mean, I guess people were expecting Prince of Persia to be like a bigger game, right? Like more kind of along the lines of like, not Assassin's Creed, but a bigger type game. I get what you're saying. Like, I don't think anybody was expecting the new Prince of Persia to be a side-scrolling game like that. Is it gonna be like $50? I definitely want to play it. I think I'll probably play it like when it's cheaper. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I mean, it looks good for a side scroller, but I get what you're saying about it not being like what everybody expected. Like, damn, it should have been like a bigger game. Dude, I cannot do this. This is so hard. I'm not even like used to the controls right now, so I'm like, still in my warm-up phase here. Landing into a manual is super hard. Super hard. See, there we go. We did it. We landed in one of them, but we couldn't get the other two. Then you gotta have enough speed to like get across all three of them. Yeah, this is hard. I'm actually gonna start from somewhere else. If this stupid bench wasn't in the way, we could start from like right here, but I think I'm gonna have to start from like right here, honestly. The new zombie game looks neat. Wait, what new zombie game? Which one are you talking about? Yeah, that's more speed. There we go. There's a lot of cool games coming out. Looks of it. Like, damn, like Avatar looks really good. Starfield, Forza. Just to name a few that off the top of my head. Oh, this is tough. This is so tough to pull off. How? How do you do this? Payday 3? Wait, they're making it a zombie game? I saw Payday 3 was announced. I didn't see anything on it though. Yeah, there's another Fable. I haven't played any of those before. I have 3. Fable, man, that's cool. That Avowed game looks pretty interesting. Oh. Dang it, we got one. Oh. Manual all the flip pads, and then you have to flip out. Like, oh, we're gonna flip out, all right. I'm never gonna get this. Again, it's just like, that's why I probably won't finish all the missions in this game, because there's no way I'm gonna be good enough at this game to do that. It's just the controls are so intricate. You have to pull off such hard things in such a little time, in tight spaces here. Damn it. See, I can never pop out of that. At least we got the manual landing there. That's a start. Toxic Commando. Another one coming out. There's Toxic Crusaders coming out too. We'll beat them up. We're getting a new Double Dragon this year as well. I haven't heard of Toxic Commando. We have Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming out in August. Oh yeah. I know Dev wants to run around as Leatherface. Oof. That was better. That was better. I don't know if I'm gonna get this. Honestly, guys, this is like, again, some of these missions are just too hard for me to like try to get. Indeed. Indeed, Bucket. Oh, that's a new zombie game, is the Toxic Commando. I gotta check that one out then, because I haven't even heard of that one. Oh, shit. I can't do this. The only Texas Chainsaw Massacre game that exists was on like the Atari up to this point, I think. It's like a super rare game. I can't do this, honestly. I don't think I can do this mission. Like, asking me to do all this? Does this game know who I am? Like, landing the first manual is like fine, like when we do that. The problem is like getting enough height on your jump to be able to pop over to the next pad and land another manual, and we gotta do that 3 times in a row. Then there's like a lot that has to go right in one go to get this down. See, that's the problem. When I land that, I don't have enough time to jump out of that because the pads are so small. Oops. Toxic Avenger. There's Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Avenger, now Toxic Commando. Yeah, I was thinking Toxic Crusaders myself. I know that is actually, they're having a new game. Like I said, there's a beat 'em up coming out for the Toxic Crusaders. Yeah, I don't know when it's coming out, but or even like who's making it. Ah, screw this. I'm not doing this. Ain't doing it. It's not fun. They want me to. Alright, you know what? We're just not gonna track missions anymore. How about that? I don't feel like doing that. You better run! Oh! Knocked him out. I have no idea what the commando one is. They haven't had a toxic vendor game since NES, probably, yeah. Yeah, man, these missions are hard in this game. Because, like, the controls have to be so precise. It's not like, you know, Tony Hawk where you can kind of, like... You know, with how realistic it is, everything has to be nailed perfectly, and I'm just not good at that when it comes to these type of games, clearly, so... I've managed to get through some missions, but, man, some of these are just not... Like, it's so hard to land into a manual. Because, like, sometimes it just doesn't register you trying to do it. Because you have to be holding the right amount of, like, on the joystick. Because you know, the pressure has to be so accurate. It's hard to, like, think of doing that while you're jumping, trying to land on something, and then knowing that you have to jump out of that manual to pop into another manual, and then again after that. It's a lot. It's a lot in a small amount of time. No mistakes. It's for the pros, guys. It's for the pros. What? I just fall there. Oof. Heel flip, kick flip. So I can't like land into a manual on the street. Maybe I need to like go with the opposite foot. I don't know. So the character was just glitched. So it was just your character on Diablo, and now the new one's been fine. That's working now. Why would that character go? That's so weird. It really didn't want you to be that character, I guess. Like, I kind of want to try another, I mean, another mission, but like, these are all sound really hard. Grind the ledge, trick on the flat, grind the ledge. You know what? I'm going to try this one. Sounds like it might be doable for me. Plus, like, I think we can get some money so we can like buy more stuff from the shop. Dude, oh, that guy. Look at he hit me and it just hopped along. Might as well just teabagged us too. Poor barbarian. I wonder if anybody else has had the problem with the barbarians. We gotta go to Madison Park. Alright. Talk to you, I guess. Grind the ledge. Okay, the whole thing or just part of it? Part of it I can do. Oh, maybe. You want me to grind this whole way, then he's gotta be kidding me. Alright, let's do this. Shoot. I'm not good at grinding either. I'm not really good at anything in this game, honestly. There we go. I'm good at falling. What? What? I have to do it again? Why do I have to do it again? Grind the ledge, trick on flat, and then grind the ledge. Oh! Here's another. I have to grind and then do a trick on the ground and then get back up and grind again. Oh my. Come on, keep going. Keep the momentum going. Wait, how... This momentum stops, it's over? Waiting for the next skate or die game. I mean, my character dies a lot in this, so this could technically be skate or die for us. What happened there? I don't know, like these missions, like trying to do like specific things I'm not good at with these kind of games. I wasn't good at it in Skater XL either. Damn. Skate or Die. I can't believe there was a sequel. I don't know if I ever want to get the sequel. The first one's just... Alright, now we gotta grind again. Come on, we almost have it. Turn around! Did it. I did it. I like BS'd my way through that whole thing. Look at the wheels. Yeah, that was not pretty, but we did. It was not pretty at all. I'm cosplaying it fine enough, yeah. I really am. See? I can make this skater die. We mostly die here. Occasionally we skate. That's definitely the worst. I mean, you guys saw me struggling with Karate Kid controls. Total Recall controls suck too on NES. But Skate or Die, without a doubt, the worst control game I have on NES. The controls in that game are just god awful. At least in Karate Kid and Total Recall, you have some resemblance of what you're kind of trying to do. Your character like attempts to do things that you're like suggesting it to do. But in Skate or Die, I have no idea how to get my character to do anything I want it to do. It just doesn't work. Skate or Die. What a game. We've come so far in skating games, haven't we? Dang it. Is that the shop it wants me to go to right now? Maybe I'm gonna go hit up the shop, I think. Anyways. I don't know how much money I have. So we're just gonna play a little bit of this. I just really felt like playing this tonight. I wanted to fit it in, and then we're gonna play some Diablo a little bit as well tonight. Part of our Series X variety night. Because we're going to be playing Shaun White skateboarding during the summer, so we won't be playing this then either. Go there. Is that a mission or a shop? Oh, that's a mission. Go to the shop. 24 hours. 170 bucks. Maybe some shades would be nice, honestly. I dig those. I have sunglasses kind of close to that. Aviators. How much are these? Oh, 50 bucks? What variants do you have? Green, blue, pink? I can barely tell the difference in the color. I'm just going to stick with black. Very nice. Worst controls you ever ran into in console gaming was Batman Forever. The control scheme was meant for confusion and frustration. Yes, I have not played that one, but I mean, I saw the Angry Video Game Nerd try to play it, and I can only imagine. So it really is that bad to control. I played Batman Returns on Super Nintendo. That game is actually really good. But Batman Forever I've never tried. Now I'm curious. If I ever see that somewhere cheap on Super Nintendo, maybe I will pick it up. With no intention of beating it. You really want to see me struggle through that? Oh, you want to see me beat the game? That's a whole nother beast there. Is it? I mean, I have beaten some really shitty games that I've suffered through. Case in point last night with Karate Kid. At least that game's short. I'll give Karate Kid that. At least the game is only 4 levels. The first level will take you like 30 seconds. Level 1, level 2 is easy. Levels 3 and 4 really suck. And the final boss really sucks too, but at least it's a short game. And it's kind of funny to struggle through it. So I hate Karate Kid, but I don't hate it like I do Tomb Raider or Catwoman or what other game do I absolutely hate? Even like Skate or Die and Total Recall are like sucky games. I don't hate them because I guess I don't care enough to try and beat them, that I'm just like enjoy the bad. Struggle. Arachna has honed in on the word struggle here. Zero and struggle? I'm in. I can see how that would be appealing to you. Here we are. I'm talking about Batman Forever on Super Nintendo. Apparently has the worst controls he's ever played. For Bucket. Oh, that's right. Our worst enemy, a great. Shoot. I'm gonna try this next mission. Can't guarantee I'm gonna pull it off, but the whole game is a frustration sim. Ugh. I know that I'll probably get super aggravated with that. Like, I know I have other games here that suck. That'll probably drive me crazy. Like, you know, games like Meet the Robinsons made me crazy at one point. Like, that game got so bad. So, like, I don't know. Like, some games just can get worse. Speedrunners have made it look easy? Who would get good enough to speedrun a game like that? Like, why? Why? Last time we skated, I felt like we were barely taller than this rail. Is he wearing a Zero sweatshirt? Is he wearing the merch? He's wearing the Zero merch. Look at that. Alright, 3 tricks onto the 9-stair rail. Hopefully I don't have to get them all in a row. Dude, I can't even jump that high. Are you kidding me? Let's start from like way back here. There's no way. That's one. That's 2 tricks off the rail. There we go. And one more coming up right now. There we go. 3. A little bit of a grind, a ball grind. All right. Speedrunners are a new life form that thrive on challenge. He says. They do. They love the torture, I guess. I commend them. I mean, apparently I like a bit of torture myself because I play some of these crappy games. Hey, I just ollied onto the handrail. That didn't count. I can't jump high enough on my skateboard to get this. How comes that didn't count? I did an ollie onto it. Why is this railing gotta be so tall? If you still had your copy of Batman Forever, you would donate it for the torture cause. To be fair, you have recommended some good games, so I think you're owed like a torturous one as well. I know Dev will never sleep until I play Catwoman again for some reason. Once wasn't enough for him. He needs to see me go through that game twice. You'll need to check it out if you have it. At your own peril, Arachna. What's another like really awful game that I have too? Like there's a lot I've played that I do not like. Like they're just bad games. Like Meet the Robinsons, Destroy All Humans. Big Willie Unleashed on the Wii is awful. Like that game was like had hope at the beginning and then it just got so bad. So bad. Happy Feet? Never thought anybody would recommend that game. Maybe I need to come at more of an angle. Nailed it. The Batman themed games are, yeah, I guess some of them are just not good, huh? Me neither, but you had a request to play. It was a terrible 2.5 hours. At least it was kind of short. Happy Feet. I haven't seen the movie either. Like, I have Open Season on the Wii. I have Ant Bully, the Ant Bully on the Wii as well. Never played those. Don't know how they are. I do have a game called Kids Sports Basketball on the Wii, and that is probably the worst Wii game I have. I want to talk about awful controls. Luckily, I only spent like $2 on it. I was like, oh, you know, a little like, you know, kids sports basketball game might be kind of fun. Could be like arcadey. No, it's not good at all. Alright, you know what? We're done with this. We're done. It's getting nighttime here too, look at this. All 4 levels are the same exact thing, gotta love it. Variety. You picked hard, but the rhythm levels were still easy. You're just that good at Happy Feet, Arachna. If you ever think about that, you might be the world's best Happy Feet player. You might be the world's only Happy Feet player, but the best nonetheless. Men in Black Alien Crisis on the 360 is like kind of bad, but I didn't hate that game. Like, there's some like fun things about that one. It's like a decent rail shooter, I guess. I thought there was another one on the 360 I have that I don't like. Can't remember what it is. Super Nintendo, do I have anything that's too awful? Maybe, I don't know. I need to play some more of my Super Nintendo games again. Oh, Genesis Jurassic Park is awful. But like in a way that doesn't really piss me off. I just don't expect to get anything done in that game, so it's all good. Like Jurassic Park on the Sega Genesis is just another terrible control game. The other 16 levels are either bobsledding or swimming through rings, and they're basically the same. Sounds great. You sold me. Superman 64 is god-awful, deserves a status as one of the worst. That game is terrible. I don't, like... My brother had that when we were young, and I don't think we ever made it past the rings. I do kind of want to get that game, though, and just see how far I can make it, how far I can stomach. There's no way in hell I'm going to try to play through that game, though, and like, actually beat it. That would probably make it my least favorite game of all time if I actually tried to sit down and beat that game. You go through rings, you do it over and over again in that game. Dun, dun, dun. Speaking of not making it past the tutorials, when are you playing Driver? Does that game have an infamously hard tutorial or something? Superman 64 though, like... Does anybody know how Superman 64 ends? Because I do. And I'm gonna tell you guys. It's quite something. At least I think I remember how it ends. I saw somebody beat it, and I was like, what? So you know how it says like Lex wins whenever you fail in Superman 64? So basically at the end of the game, after you win, Lex comes out and says, I created this world. Basically, it was like basically like all a dream, like all like a virtual reality they had Superman go through. So none of it was real, and he still kind of wins. But like, it's like, I think that's how it ends. I'm like, what? We all know Lex wins. I need to get an emote of Lex wins. Like seriously, it's the best thing. I mean, that alone at least makes Superman 64 have a laugh. At least. The only part of Driver that's harder than the tutorial is the final level. Why is the tutorial so hard? Guess they didn't want people to play through their game. That's how you break there. Some games I'll have no idea what the developers were thinking at all, you know? You never know. Like, I know if I actually tried to sit down and beat Superman N64, it would probably be my least favorite game of all time. Like, it would surpass Catwoman because I think Superman's probably a harder game to beat than Catwoman. Maybe even longer, making it like a worse game overall. I just don't think there's any way I could try to beat that game. Get as far as I can, maybe, yeah, for fun, but beat it, there's no way. It's a nice area over here. Inward heal. Oh, my god. If you car flips, there's a neat trick you can do. If you back into the car at the right angle, you can launch into the atmosphere. So fun finding that as a kid. One of the Driver games, that's funny. They like glitch that like never got noticed before. Oh, Peter Pan on PlayStation 1. Peter Pan and Return to Neverland or whatever, that game's terrible. There's like some okay levels, but man, I ended up hating that game. Still never beat it. Just a bad game. Austin Powers Pinball was pretty bad on PlayStation 1 as well. Tutorials that you have to do a checklist of things, basically learn the controls and how to drive. So burnout, 180 turn, 360, do a lap, handbrake, reach top speed. Easy enough, but you can't hit anything 3 times and you have 60 seconds. What? You basically have to master the game before you even begin. Like, oh, you don't know how to master the game yet? Well, you can't even go to level 1, I'm sorry. That's kind of how I feel with like the first Gran Turismo. Like, I like that game. But like it makes you do these like crazy like trial runs that are like really hard to pull off before you can like unlock some stuff or like a certain class. But you know, I get it because it's like, you know, getting a class is kind of like a level up in a way. Driver 2. Cheat that lets you go through buildings. Oh we're gonna do some Diablo soon. You know, about done skating around. Except we got Bowls Hit coffee. The launch glitch. Want me to do it? Imagine. You can go through buildings, but if you hit a curb, you'll total your car. It makes sense. Makes sense. Look at this person walking around at night. Oh, geez. Let's head for the bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge. Where's the point redemption to have me play it? You guys want that? Like a redemption? Like 100,000 points and I have to play a game? As long as it's obtainable? People could pick like games that are like worth like $400 I'll never be able to buy. That would be an interesting thing. I mean, I did do a redemption once that was like select the next game and stream, but it had to have been like a game that was in rotation, or but I was thinking about doing one like pick the next game that goes in rotation from like said couple games. I was thinking about doing. Oh, we're in New York right now. Oh no, we're not. We're in San Fran, aren't we? We have different apartments? I didn't know that. We have an apartment in San Francisco. Let's check it out. It has good music, the game, Driver. One stream of tutorial mission would be funny. Driver's cheap. Okay. Wait, what system is Driver on? Is that PlayStation 2? Let's sit down. Oh, geez. So there's an experimental mode in this too. I haven't really tried that. That pizza looks gross. I think I like this apartment more than the New York one. But what's with my character? Why is everything so messy? That's totally not how I live. I couldn't, guys. I'm actually a very clean person. It's just something that was instilled in me when I was a kid. I've always been like organized and keep things like clean for the most part. You know, there's some days I get lazy, but usually my room's pretty clean and well kept. Because I like being able to like come home from like work or something, or just whatever I'm doing, come home and just be able to like relax, you know, and not have to worry about like, oh, I gotta put all these clothes away, or I gotta, you know, pick up all the dishes that I left in here, or, you know, do all this. Like, look at this. My guy I would never leave all this food dumped all over the place. Come on. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? PS1, okay. You think about Driver all the time? The quotes just pop in your head. You know what game I wish I didn't think about all the time? Is Catwoman, because it always comes up. If I'm not bringing it up, somebody else is on stream, so... Everybody on YouTube that watches back is probably sick of me talking about that game. But it just always comes up. Because it's like infamously it's my super villain, it's my arch nemesis. You know? If I were to make a video game review series on my YouTube channel, Catwoman would be the The final boss. Blue Stinger. Blue Stinger's bad, but I actually like that game. Like I think that game has like, I think it's one of those games with that like, not perfect amount of jank, but close enough that it's like fun. Cause I didn't hate playing through that. I just couldn't beat the final boss because he's just like wrecks me, and I don't know how to beat him. I know there's like a spot where you can stand, where he can't hit you, but I couldn't figure out where it was. I mean, there are some sucky sections in that game. Don't get me wrong. It's not a cakewalk. It's not all sunshine and roses getting through that game. It's not something you're gonna want to probably play through again, but there's enough jank that it's enjoyable. And plus, like, that music, that like Christmassy jam they have in that game, classic. I do want to beat that game though. I do like want to finish it up and wrap it up. Did I ever beat the Tomb Raider game? Oh gosh, no. You don't know how that ended? Tomb Raider Chronicles on Dreamcast? Oh my gosh. So I suffered through, it probably took me about 20 plus hours to get towards the end of that game. I was doing a walkthrough to even help me out because it was just awful. That was the most frustrating controls I've ever had to deal with, I think, is that game. So I was literally 5 minutes away, maybe even less, from beating the game, according to the walkthrough I was watching. I was on the last part of the game, right? I struggled all these hours on stream, trying to get through this game. Literally, I think I put over 20 hours into that game trying to get through it. I was just like, I'm going to beat this game. I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow the walkthrough. I'm going to struggle through all the controls, all the awful jumps, all the tediousness. There were parts that were just took you like an hour to do just to make one simple jump, and I'm not even kidding. And then at the end, one of the last sections of the game, guess what the game decided to do to me? It decided to soft lock me. Yes. I need this, the part where I'm at, where I've saved, I need these enemies to appear because I need them to help me get to some area. There are ropes that come down. I need to climb them and swing on them. But the game's soft locked now where the enemies don't show up and I'm just stuck in a room with no way of getting out or proceeding. So I'm soft locked. After all that, the game said, no, you will not defeat me, Zero. I defeat you. The only thing I can do is maybe use a level code to skip to that level and get to that point with like maybe, I don't know, some kind of like invincibility code. But even that is going to be super annoying because of all the stupid jumps you have to make in order to get to that point that I do not want to do again. So I'm like, screw that. All these unfinished games. Yeah, it's all like the bad unfinished games too. It's like Blue Stinger, Tomb Raider Chronicles couldn't beat. It's games like that. I mean, there's some games I couldn't finish because something happened. Like Half-Life, I got hot locked. I got soft locked in Half-Life, so I couldn't finish that yet. God of War 2, the disc stopped working, so obviously I couldn't work on that anymore. But like freaking, ugh. Tomb Raider Chronicles really pissed me off because I was about to beat that game. All these unfinished games. We need a stream where you just go through and finish them all. I know, like I have gone back to games and finished them. I have done that. I've done it with Recore. I went back to Recore. Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. I went back, finished those games. Speaking of an older game I couldn't finish, it was Knights of the Old Republic. Again, my copy freezes up at this one point. I'm right near the end of the game, I think. And I can't proceed because my copy just doesn't work anymore. It's just every time I try to go through this one door that I have to go through, the game freezes, so I couldn't finish that game either. My anniversary of streaming is, I don't remember when my first stream was. It was in September 2017, I'm pretty sure, but I don't remember the exact date. Sometime in there. The stream you met me on was Half-Life. He did the soft lock in the explosive storage area. Yes, yes, yes. That was that was great, wasn't it, Bucket? Good times. Like I wanted to finish that game too because I liked that game. It was very, very like immersive and like different for a first-person shooter. Like it was quite impressive for its time. Like in order to continue that game, I have to go through 12 plus hours that I already did to get back to where I was. And it's like that doesn't really motivate me, you know. You met me on Blue Stinger. Is because I think it was from a raid, right? Yeah, Dreamcast. Dreamcast. I don't have the followage thing. I should get that. Dreamcast was a great system. Watch Zero. He'll teach you how to soft lock games. Yeah, I find ways. All right, I find ways. You're right though. That's twice I've inadvertently soft locked myself in games. I'm like, I'll save it here. That's a good point. Nope. An A-Dog, the legend A-Dog, yeah. Someone in your stream told you to check me out, really? Well, whoever that was, they're a good person. Or maybe they're a bad person for making you watch me, I don't know. Could go either way there. Ninja of Ninjas? He's a good dude. I try to pop in his streams too. He's usually doing Dragon Ball Fighters or Tetris. He's a good dude. I don't know him directly, but one of his supporters and his friend I know is like a friend of mine in person who's his name's Justin. You guys know him as Napa, or not a pickup artist, who comes in here and he goes in on his streams a lot. I think that's how I found Ninja, was through him. But I've never actually met Ninja. The acronym? Yeah, Napa. I call him Napa. But that's my friend Justin, who I know in person. He's an awesome dude. So nice, and I used to work with him. Fun times, fun times. Because how we bonded was over video games, you know. I heard him talking about Smash Brothers Ultimate, and I was like, "You tried it?" And he was like, "Yeah, you know." I was like, "Yeah, I know the game." He was like kind of surprised that I was into games, because he took me as more of a musician kind of guy, which I am obviously, but he had no idea I was like into gaming. And I was like, "Oh yeah, am I into gaming?" Little do you know, my friend. Alright, let's go to one more area and then we'll hit. We will do some Diablo tonight. We will. Trying to think of like any other like people that are on here that I know in person. There's a few people. And some of my friends stop in here too. Friend Garrett, Scott, Koya Mart, Buddy Anthony. What are friends? You're looking at one, Arachna. Friend, right? Me, friend. And Nick. Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah, you know, of course. How could I forget Nick? Yeah, Nick, who I know in person, of course. Known him for years now. He's a good kid. He's a really good kid. Because I know his family and everything. Worked with his mom, and then that's how I met him, because she's like, "Here's my son, Nick." I was like, "Oh, cool." They're a wonderful family, let me tell you. So much fun. And Nick's one of the best dudes I know. Anime is friend. Video game is friend. Music is friend, isn't it? Yes. Pizza is friend for me, too. It would be cool to meet some of you guys, though. You know, like, I'm never gonna be big enough where I'm gonna have like my own table or anything. Any kind of like a convention or TwitchCon, whatever you want to call it. Like, there's no way. YouTube Con, if they even do those. So I don't even know. Like, if I could like have like, the only thing I could is if like I ever did like music shows, like near any of you guys. Played like a cafe or something near where any of you live, and you could like meet me that way. Let me know when we're hanging out. I know. I said we could all just like rent like a freaking cabin for a weekend. We'll all gather around. You need a concert? Yeah, I know. Like I played. I mean, I didn't like. I mean, I played, but it was just like one song. But I performed 2 songs at a place in California. Dev was actually gonna go, but he said the traffic was so bad one of the days. So I had done. They were doing like open stuff where like you could sign up to go play there. So I was like, all right. It was the first time I ever performed daylight out and about. You know, I'd never performed that out, you know, so it was nice to kind of promote that song a little bit. And that place was packed full of people when I performed that. I wasn't nervous though. Like, I don't get nervous. Like, maybe a little bit like before like you arrive there, you're like, oh. And like there's so many other good people like performing there, so it kind of like, oh boy, don't mess this up, Zero, you know. But once you start playing, it's all good. I have that recording of that performance. I just haven't. I need to like put on my computer. I think my girlfriend has it. Then I can post it to YouTube. I did post one song I did there before called Ones I Love. It was actually the first song I ever performed there last year, and there was a much smaller crowd there that time than there was the second performance when the place was absolutely packed. Washington. You live so far away, it would be a nightmare to go to some places. Yeah. I've lived in 3 different states now, so I've been all over the place. We'll see, we'll see. I'm kind of getting like used to moving at this point. I've moved so much over the past like 7 years, I feel like. You know, I was at my apartment before this for a little while, for like a couple of years, but all the other times I've just been moving. Like right before I started streaming in YouTube, I was all over the place for like half a year or so. Settled down a bit once I got out here. And I've been where I am now for a little over a year. And who knows what the future holds now. Ohio. See, my old stomping grounds are near there in Pennsylvania. Nice. Album recommendation from Pingo. My goodness. All right, let me think of something here. What have I not recommended to people? Have I done? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna recommend this album because I don't think I've done this one for you, anyways. There you go, Pingo. Is it coming up? There it is. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Hang on. That's the name of the band. The name of the band is Mother And yes, it's with an X rather than an E. And the album is Centerfold. That album has some really good vibes. I love that record. I will throw it on if I'm just vibing, in my room, not playing a game or something. Maybe just having a drink or something and just chilling. Maybe doing some work on my computer. So good. Zero recommends Book of Us, Entropy by Day 6. I also recommend that, yes. I've never heard of that. But there we go. There's 2 recommendations for you then, Pinga. But yeah, Mother, Centerfold. Very interesting music, but definitely is a vibe. It is such a vibe, that album. I'll listen to that album at work too. Sometimes it's got it's kind of an underground sound, kind of 80s synthy rock kind of thing going on. Very moody, atmospheric, really good chill vibes. Just like this game, basically. Actually, that album would go great with as a game. Just skating around, listening to it. I never checked it out. Clearly I haven't checked it out. I never remember to check out the albums that you guys recommend. I'm not gonna lie. People recommend me music, and I'm like, yeah, I'll make sure to check that out. I never do, because I never write it down, and then I forget that somebody even recommended it to me, and I'm like, oh yeah. My brother does the same thing. My brother recommends me music, and sometimes I never even get around to it. I'm so bad with that. Recommend me a game and I'll consider it. Yeah, and I might even play it. Comes to music for some reason, I never write it down or remember it. Did not in fact check it out, exactly. I think I checked out 1 or 2 bands once that somebody recommended me, and they were really good. So I should do that more often, huh? My brother recommended me music, and I forget to check it out. Because I'll see the message and I just will never think about it. If I don't write it down, I won't remember. See, with games, I actually write down a lot of game recommendations and stuff. So that helps me obviously remember everything. You have such a wide array of music, but I've never had any music in common with most people I watch. It's so weird, because there's so much music out there. I'm pretty open when it comes to music too. Don't make me email you again. Just gonna email me a track, be like, listen to this. Listen to this, bitch. Yeah, I should listen to some of the music that's recommended to me. Because I'm I need to either, I don't use Spotify, so I don't listen on there, so usually it would be YouTube. I'd look it up, and I don't have Apple Music either. Because if I don't own the album, I'm usually listening to whatever I can on YouTube from it then. Since albums are so much harder to buy in store, I don't buy as much digital music these days. Because I don't want to burn everything to CDs. Email. You have my email. One of my emails. That I don't even check my email half the time, honestly. Because it's mostly junk mail. It's and it's Twitch notifying me that somebody goes live or something. I don't need an email about this. You have an extra of the album, a physical of the album? Want me to write it down? I need to write it down. Let me actually put it down. Book of Us, Entropy by Day 6. I guess I remember to listen to at least something off the album. Dude, alright, let me start. I'm gonna make a new notepad thing on my music. Day 6, there we go. Okay. Alright, that is written down. Now I can hopefully remember to actually like check out some of that music. I find a lot of my music on shows too, Bucket. Yeah, that's funny. I used to do that a lot. I would hear a song in a show and I would fall in love with it, and then I'd go out and buy the album. Like, yeah, I like this. Shows are a great way. They used to be, anyways, a great way of discovering music. Still can be, but not as much. There's not as much like smaller indie stuff in shows anymore as there used to be. School bus here. Is this a different shop with different product? Oh, that's cool though. Yeah, I like when bands like artists like try different things and try different genres, especially in like one album. That's kind of cool. Cause that's how I said that's how my first album's gonna be, like several different genres, all thrown in there. Let's see what we got. I can buy new hair. Oh, that's my hair that's currently equipped. I see. I could also buy this. Guess we wanted to be a panda bear. Gotta say, I'm kind of liking the orange beanie. Again, I myself don't really wear hats, but maybe our character will. What have we got here? Got other Zero shirts, right? Plenty of Zero shirts. Plenty. Kind of mad because I kind of like some of these hoodies and I can never make any of my merch look like this because it would just be like copying that. Like, I really like that logo on the hoodie. I'm not gonna lie. Who's this other Zero? Trying to salt my game here. Well, that one's cool. Crux Rainbow. Yeah, let's wear that one. Let's wear this hoodie here. The rainbow one. To celebrate Pride Month. Yeah. Let's do that. Sounds like a Sublime mix. Reggae, rock, rap, ska, all in one. Could be like a Sublime, yeah. Ska's, like, to me, ska, I have to, like, certain ska I'm into, other ones I'm not really. Ska definitely isn't my favorite type of music. But, you know, like, I can get into it to a certain extent. Like Boss Stones, right? Mighty Mighty Boss Stones, they're like ska. Kinda, right? Not as reggae influenced though as like a Sublime, but oh wait, this area looks familiar, like the one from the Streets one from Skater XL, kinda. So we head up this ooh, yeah, they meant to do that off the car. Oh, certainly meant to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna play Diablo, I think. It's already almost 1 a.m. Let me take a break though, guys. I'm gonna take a break. I think we're gonna play. Let me go to title screen. I didn't realize it was getting so late already. We're having so much fun chatting. I almost forgot that I wanted to play another game. That's the good thing about this game, is you can just throw it in and just skate around and chill. I can chat without even thinking about the game, really. Because it doesn't matter if I mess up. I hope you guys enjoyed another session of Session. I'll be back in a moment. Thanks for watching on YouTube as well, on the VOD and everything. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for watching some more of this.